All right, here we go. Quick haul. Um, Picked up some stuff today. Probably the happiest one was this one in the front here. This is an entire box of G.I. Joe. Had them sitting up on the shelf when I went in Intergalactic Plastic. I believe I'm missing maybe a card or two at the most, but I don't have the box. I don't have any of the unopened packs, any of that I kind of wanted. I may try to put together a whole nother set of it, like do 2 sets. I'll see how well it comes out. There's nothing in here. There's no specialty cards. There's no holograms. It's just straight fun. G.I. Joe, showing you G.I. Joe, Cobra, vehicles. Just basically, it's like a who's who of G.I. Joe and goes through it. So that's why I thought that was a cool one. Picked up this milestone. I believe I already have it, but again, milestones are always good ones to pick up, so you don't have to afford the other ones. Picked up X-Men Adventures number 4. I'm working on all my animated runs, and it is a newsstand of that, so that was a good one. X-Men Classic 55 newsstand. Again, working on that run, and again, I like the X-Men Classic or Classic X-Men because it retells the stories. Picked up number 86, newsstand again on that one. So again, a lot of these being a newsstand is a big deal on those. Picked up this season 2 of X-Men Adventures. Wolverine facing off in Alpha Flight. Picked up this one, When Angels Cry, number 12. And again, some of these I've already got, but again, didn't want to pass up picking them up. I don't think I have this one. This one's $1, so, are you really going to pass it up for $1? You get this, X-Men Adventures cover, so I was like, yeah, season 2, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Another X-Men Classic. Another newsstand of that, too. Another X-Men Adventures season 2, Rogue and Storm on the front. Like this one, her getting ready to choke out Pyro. Another X-Men Adventures from the season 1 one. Another X-Men Classic one. Picked up this Conan. I believe I have this one. Again, I didn't have my list with me, but I got looking, thinking I needed some up there. Picked up this Minuteman number 1 before Watchmen with Darwin Cook art. Again, love Darwin Cook. Even though before Watchmen is really too dark, too much stuff in that way, I love this art. I love Darwin Cook. Picked up another number 1 of Cops, the animated series that basically they put into 15 books. I almost have this complete run, seen number 1 for $2, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put that together. Picked up this beautiful black cat. Went back in looking for 2 black cats and a Catwoman book, and I think somebody must have cleared it out, seen it, bought it, unless somebody moved it, because sometimes that happens in the store. So I picked up this one and picked up that one. The other one was of the original series I'm still looking at. Picked up this ASM 175. This is an earlier Punisher one. It's got some wear on the side, but I was figured, well, I already have it, so, it's probably going to be one to go into my brother because of the fact that he's a Punisher fan. I'm not sure I gave him one of these yet, so figured I'd get it. Could care less about X-Force or anything else. Just really like the Dazzler cover. I thought it was, pretty neat looking. So I was like, yeah, for, less than cover price or about, I'll just go ahead and grab that one. Picked up some of the later run of the Defenders. Picked up 148, 143, 138, 137, 146, 142, 139, And again, if I got some of those, it'll be what it is. I'll just, like I said, I'll put them over into my doubles box until it's time to clean house. And I want to get my collection down to where I can get two very large, like a 3-tier filing cabinets. Um, there's a gentleman on here that lives in my area that, is on YouTube, but he bought his, Jim Boatwright. He did that. He bought one like a Salvation Army, and he said it holds over 4,000 books. I would need 3 of them plus a couple of boxes left over. So I got to decide, do I want to try to eventually find 3 of them at Goodwills and Salvation Armies, because I'm not going to spend the cost that they want. Or I can just, cut my collection back, maybe do 2 large filing cabinets full and maybe a small one of specialty ones. So I'll see. Again, not 100% sure. I know it's at the end of the run that I'm missing. I thought it was this one, so I grabbed it. Picked up this Zorro number 5 from Marvel. Kind of half and half on whether I want to do this. I'm not. I'm trying to do the whole Batman and the Outsiders. I think I finished that. But I was iffy whether I wanted to move into where they converted over to Adventures of the Outsiders when Batman stepped away. I might. I've got a few of them, but like I said, I can always move them out if I don't care to keep them. I might try to read some of these. I didn't really get into these that much by this time. By 86 was my graduating year. By this point, I was sort of phasing out of buying a lot of the mainstream stuff. And I was starting to get out, do other stuff, work, do other things. So I kind of kept to my collection, but not like buying newer stuff like this. And by 87, I was buying a lot of, and I'll do my whole, origin story one day. But by 87, though, I really was not really focused on a lot of mainstream stuff. I really wish I would have been smart enough to go back and finish collecting all the old bronze, in which I didn't get. I was picking up some things here and there, like the Marvel 2-in-1s, all that kind of stuff, Spider-Man, things like that. But I wasn't really doing further back. I didn't focus on it as much as I really should have. But new comics were starting to aggravate me by this point. It was starting to get to where I didn't like the stories or the art, and it kind of lost its magic. And it wasn't just my age, it kind of wasn't the same anymore. Now, Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Again, I'm going to pick up some duplicates of this too, because I just love this series. And all of these were $1, so I'm like, yeah, I'll pick them up for $1. Again, there's quite a number of them. I love this Green Lantern one. It is so cool looking. My best friend's I'm a big Batman fan. He was always a big Green Lantern fan of Hal Jordan. And I thought that was just a cool depiction of, it'd be something that both of us would like on that one. So, and then Psycho Pirate there with Shazam standing behind him. Another one I already got. This one I didn't think I had, but I got to go back and look at my list again. This one, look at that. Now that's my favorite Green Lantern. And you can tell just the shine off that's Alan Scott. I thought his character was so, nothing against Hal Jordan, because I grew up more with Hal Jordan and learned about Alan Scott afterwards. But Alan Scott really come in when I would read like Justice League, and they would have the Justice League JSA crossovers, stuff like that, or the All-Star Comics. And you start to realize that, oh, well, this guy, his is more magic-based ring. This is not a ring based out of it being from, the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing. This is a whole different thing. And they trash this character now. And, their souls will burn in hell because of it. I'm just saying. They took a phenomenal character and they just ruined it. They made him into something that's garbage. And let me tell you, any chance you get to hold on to the original, read the original stories. I don't care what age you are, read them. They're worth it. They're worth the old school is way more worth it than the garbage they put out now with what they've done to this character. All right, there, I'll get off my box now because it aggravates me every time I think about that. A little bit of Aquaman. Now, if you ever watch the animated series, his character is just over the top. He is. So, I mean, they just make him that way. But I would have preferred him over Jason Momoa any day. And that's way closer to Aquaman than, the movies that they try to pretend or any of it. Got this Batman Returns. I do believe I've got this one, but, I always pick those up. Uh, love the movie ones. Picked up this annual. I know I don't have with a little of the demon on there. That's again. Gone, gone, O form of man, rise again. The demon hath again. Gotta love that. Uh, here's the nuclear family. I remember seeing them in the, if you remember, '86. We had the Who's Who, DC Universe. We get them. I think they were, I keep thinking they were first a Firestorm enemy originally because they're all like machines that do everything. But the concept of it is just really like a 1950s kind of feel of a family kind of thing. Picked up 40, picked up 46 of this. Another Batman, the Brave and the Bold with Hawkman. Again, anything that's duplicates, I know this one is with the Flash, so I thought I said, yeah, for $1, I'm going to pick them up and have doubles of those because I love the animated series. So is this one with Big Barda. Looks like Miracle Man has been shrunken down. Now this one I did not have. This is from the Batman and Robin Adventures. This is when the animated show kind of went from Batman to Batman Robin more, and they were kind of doing it that way. It's a cool depiction of Two-Face. I really like that one. So I grabbed that. And this last one, my last book. All right. Now, I was collecting along this time. I started up again with Batman. I was trying to follow this up all the way. I knew he was supposed to be getting married to Catwoman. Then Tom King basically screwed the pooch, messed up the entire thing. But there were some beautiful covers that come out of during that time. Now, I sold off a lot of my original, but I never did have the sketch variant. I decided that when I seen it, I was like, I think I'll hang on to that one. I'll get that one. I like the way that one looks. Again, there's some out of that run that are worth it by covers, but the story itself just takes a terrible turn, and it's nothing of what people really were after for it. I come from the old school that eventually if you look at the Brave and the Bold 200 and some of the stories that come right in before that, the Earth 2 Batman had eventually married Selena Kyle, the whole 9 yards and stuff. They eventually had the Huntress as a daughter, and she took over and started going around. I love those stories. I love the fact that we watch Batman mature from a vengeful person to becoming a husband, a father, and it really was a better. And I thought that maybe they were going to try to go that direction and kind of fulfill that on our Earth now, kind of thing. But they kind of just screwed all that up and didn't do it. And even though I know a lot of y'all are. I mean, I like Jim Lee, but it doesn't, there's his stuff. It's not as big a deal as, to me, because Jim Lee was at the end of a lot of what I was collecting less than during, but I do love that cover, so I'm willing to give it that. So that is it. That was my quick haul and my somewhat quick video. All right, until next time, guys. Hopefully, I'll be talking to quite a number of y'all on Four Color Fossils tonight, 8 o'clock on Graphic Man's channel. It is one of my, between Rogers, Metarog stuff that comes on out of the box with Rayman and all of them on Tuesdays. Missed it this Tuesday, sorry, Roger. But Wednesday, that's one of my favorites. Saturday, I have to watch on the rerun with Dr. Silver Age and Shannon's, but I love that too. That's 3 of my favorite shows right now to watch on YouTube. And I suggest if you get the opportunity to watch any of those, you do. All right. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. I appreciate it all. Have a great one, guys.